Okay, Shalom, Shalom. Kwam Yasha'Allah. Koholoyimla Yahweh. Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Bahashim Rakahakudash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and that by the Spirit taught us His beautiful truth, and just want to say the water to our H.I.M and H.I.M. That's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai to the best of their ability. This is Yachanan Nawah. Just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. You know, at the plantation right now, so just driving. So I'll be roughly paraphrasing the scriptures by the Spirit. And yeah, I just came from a spot dealing with these Edomites. And this is one Edomite, he be trying to, I don't know, he just got an Edomite spirit. But we don't go by whether or not a person looks like a so-called white person and say that they're an Edomite, because colors have nothing to do with this truth. Those colors are social constructs that were created and made up by the people that's calling themselves white. That's the reason why we say so-called white man, because they are actually pinkish to reddish in color. Some of them are actually as red as this car that's in front of me. You get out here in the summertime and you see some of them, they're pretty damn red, man. Now, like this person right here, you might see this person up here that's sitting right here at this sign. Let me see if I can zoom it. See that guy right there? Oh, Salakia. He's right there, sitting at that sign right there. Try to zoom in on it. But that guy right there, and this Edomite sitting here all the time when I come through here. This is a whole another city. It's an Edomite city. But them Edomites, they sit here on this corner all the time, asking for money. And you'll never really see none of these Edomites stop. I've never seen an Edomite stop and actually look at this guy looking. He's done. He's done. That son got his ass looking like this car in front of me, for real. But these Edomites don't be stopping to help their own people. Now, I've seen somebody stop and help them out one time, and it was a so-called black, I'm not sure if it was a black woman or a black man, but I'm thinking to myself, like, but damn, this is his city. These are his people that's passing his ass up. And thinking about that Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7, with Esau going through these curses, man, those curses are starting to fall on their asses, man. The curses that we were under. Because the Lord said that He will place those curses on our enemies, those that have hated us, man, and have treated us like shit. So those curses are starting to fall on Esau. So I just came, I came from a spot, right, with kicking it with this Edomite. He always running up on me. Again, this is not a color thing, but he just got an Edomite spirit. I'm just assuming. I'm just gonna say he's definitely an Edomite. But he's telling me about this other Edomite that live up the street from him. He claims his friend or whatever. And he's talking about how he's with this younger woman, and she's got a couple of kids, and how they break up and they get back together. I guess it was pretty violent at one point, because he was telling me about how the guy had to get a protection order against her. Now, mind you, she's living with him with kids by another man, because I asked him that. I was like, well, damn, are the kids theirs? Or are they his kids and she came into the picture and she's a stepmom? Or are they her kids and he came into the picture as a stepdad? And it was the latter. He stepped in as a stepdad, but actually this bitch is living with him with kids by, I didn't even get into the baby daddies or how many baby daddies. Because, these women, they'll have multiple baby daddies. And you got a lot of simping going on, a lot of simp activity, where these guys are taking all this shit from these women. And what he was telling me is the dude don't even have no kids. This guy don't have no kids. But he's dealing with a chick with kids. Like I said, again, I'm not sure if she has multiple baby daddies, but that's the thing, and that's the pride of Esau, Edom's kingdom as well, where you'll have women so prideful and that they have the ability to gad abroad so smoothly in his kingdom And that, you know, gadding abroad just means that they have the liberty to just freely just do a bunch of bullshit, whatever they want. They can leave the house whenever they want to. They can come back whenever they want to. You know, they can up and leave a man. They can be actually married and they can up and leave a man for a few months and then come back, you know, and resume as if nothing ever happened. And if the guy say anything about he's moved on, he thought she was gone, you know, he may have donated all her shit, put all her shit out on the curb, she can come back and actually sue that nigga, man. You know, the courts are not going to be on his side when it comes to that. It's not going to make no difference whether it's a male judge or a female judge, you know. But again, he's taking care of children that's not his. But I thought about it, you know, like, yeah, they're under those curses, man. They're under those curses of Deuteronomy chapter 38. Chapter 30. Salakia, chapter 28. They're falling under those curses. And it's not just Esau. It's all these other nations of people. See, they come here and they become Americanized. That's just like, you know, how we was Hellenized during the Greek captivity. When they say neither Jew nor Greek, those were Hellenized Jews, Hellenized Israelites that were keeping the customs of the Greeks. Just like how we're pretty much, you know, we're Americanized. We keep the customs, you know, as a people. You know, you come into this truth, you shouldn't be keeping any of this man's damn customs. But I'm just saying, as a people, our people as a whole, in a sense, we keep the customs of the Americans. You know, they go, you know, they celebrate all the holidays of America. You know, they spend all this money. They get decorations. They deck their houses with, you know, Christmas trees and, you know, 4th of July paraphernalia, Easter bunny shit, you know, Halloween, you know, all these different things. Our people are Americans. You know, they watch football games, basketball games. They eat the American food, the American diet, bunch of damn wingdings and Cheetos and shit, Mountain Dew, you know. So that's being Americanized. They're not keeping the customs of how about Shemi Awashai like that. You know what I'm saying? They're not keeping the dietary law anymore. They don't even call themselves Israelites. They don't even know that they're Israelites. You know, but some of them do. And they'll still keep the American customs. You know, so we get up, we go to work, we get our daily bread, like, you know, the Lord provides us with what we need to survive in this place during this captivity, because our people don't realize that it is an actual captivity, that we're in trouble. We're getting an ass whipping, but this ass whipping is almost over with, and that our enemies are starting to get that ass whooping now. And, you know, things are only going to get worse because we got a lot more to go through. You know, with these Jacob's trouble. But in the meanwhile, you know, the point of this lesson is Esau, he's struggling as well. But these other nations of people, they come here too. Now, you got so-called Chinese people in here, you know, they'll take their man to court. Now, his ass is a baby daddy, and she's a baby mama. Japanese people. You even got Arab women taking their men to court and taking half of their shit, you know, on some American shit. But back in the country that they lived in, they could never do nothing like that. So that's why, you know, it's really best, you know, I was kind of just explaining to the dude real quick, like, man, hey, shit, it's all work, no reward, man, dealing with an American woman. Because again, you know what I'm saying, this bitch, she's living with him off of his dime, in his crib, with her kids. And yet, you know, that lets you know the downfall of a people when you got to take shit from a woman in that particular position. He's like, yeah, he put her out before. He put her out a couple of times. He allows her to come back. Like, if you got a restraining order against a bitch for putting her hands on you, and you already know you put your hands back on a bitch in this society, you're going to jail. That you can't live that down. That bitch will have you going through shit, man, for 5-6 years. You be trying to clear your name, paying lawyers, going back and forth to court, you know. In the meanwhile, you win the case, you done went through everything, you done lost everything, and that bitch don't have to pay up nothing. They just let her go about her life. She already got another man, the whole nine, you know. So that's why I was saying, you know, it's all work, no rewards when it comes to being in Esau's kingdom and marrying these chicks, man, especially a chick with some kids. It's not worth it, man. Now, back in the days, you know, a woman would deal with another man if her husband died. You know, if her husband died, she might be solo for a year, 2 years, you know, maybe 3 years, you know, whatever. She still got the kids. If some guy come along that she'll trust, and you know, he'll actually move in and really play stepdad, and she would actually allow him to play dad. Now it all depends on too, how old are these children? If you're dealing with younger children, you know, they're 2, 3 years old, 4 years old, 5, you know, 7, you know, but by the time they turn that little 10 years old, 7, you know, 12, 13, 14, now that becomes hard. You're not my daddy. And then eventually you have to deal with that anyway, because if you're sticking with her, the kids are going to eventually get older. Now you're dealing with some shit that you didn't even have to deal with. Because again, like, matter of fact, see, if you were to see over here to the right and to the left of me, Edomite standing on this corner, because these are very busy intersections, which is kind of some dangerous intersections, you ask me. I wouldn't be fucking standing out here, because people be blowing through this bitch. Yep, it's two of them, another two Edomite men. And I'm sure they get some money, but you know, while I'm sitting at these lights and I be looking, I don't see none of their people helping them out. I don't see none of their people pulling up, rolling it down, window down, like, all right, here you go. And this is a okay. It's a little expensive to live in these areas, so it's money out here. It's not like they, you know, these people don't have no money, no spare change on them. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Esau not doing so well these days. You know. You know, you really are. Yeah, that's a hit, man. You know, and we live in America where this is normal shit, where a man would actually take on another man's responsibilities in that way with a doofy bitch. My thing is dealing with the attitude of the chick, man, the pridefulness of the woman. She's still doing what she want to do. She's in and out of the house when she wants to be in and out of the house. You didn't get, you know, the bitch to move the kids in. She didn't, you know, all this shit. Nah, man. Nah, bitch, you coming up in the crib like that there. Nah, it's got to definitely benefit me. It don't benefit these men in no way. That's the thing. It doesn't benefit them. But that shows you how far this place is falling as a country, where men are actually dealing with that shit, that simping, that testosterone being gone down, man. Because Esau has worked a number on the people, man. These men are overall shit. They just, you know, fucking women themselves, man. If this fucking Edomite, he agitated as hell. You trying to speed through there, you still can't go no further. You can see the damn look on his face, red as hell, mad because there's nobody speeding. Boy, everybody already speeding. Anyway, you know, I just wanted to just chop something up real quick. I was just kicking it with that guy. You know, I was on the move, but he always running up on me asking me something. You know, motherfuckers, you know, he kind of be touchy, like, you know, I kind of be moving away from me. He always, you know, running up, you know, grabbing your shoulders and shit. Like, man, get the fuck away from me, man. What the fuck is wrong with you? So I kind of eased, you know, like, I noticed that, like, now I don't want your energy, and I don't want you zapping mine. Nigga, get your ass away from me. You know, some of these Edomites, you know, you get to letting people, you know, touch on you and shit, man. Motherfuckers be having different types of spirits on them. You know, even though, you know, we're not, you know, weapon form shall prosper. You know what I'm saying? But he, you know, like, you're too fucking friendly. Get your ass back. Like, you know, I was kind of doing my thing. I'm trying to get in and out of the building, but he brought that shit up. And I told him straight up, you know, he couldn't do nothing but walk away, you know what I'm saying? Because he was like, oh, yeah, I got a soft spot for the kids. What about the kids? Well, I'm like, well, shit, are the kids his? That's why I asked him. I said, well, shit, if they not his, I don't have no soft spot. He was kind of looking at me like I was crazy. Like, no, I don't have no soft spot for no chick kids like that. Nope. You know, I'm not inhumane. It's not like I dislike children. I like children. But I'm talking about from a standpoint of when it comes to dealing with another man's children, because now you got to deal with baby daddies. Because it's crazy. It's not like you just in a relationship with her. You're in a relationship with her and everybody else around her. You got to deal with her friends. You got to deal with her mama. You know, her fucking daddy, her uncles. You know, you got to deal with, you know, that's regular shit. If you getting married, of course you got in-laws. But now you dealing with step-in-laws, bro. Step-in-laws with stepchildren that might obey you and might not. You know what I'm saying? It don't even make no difference because, you know, still, that's money coming out of your pockets. And these women, again, they've had this ability to get abroad and do this for so long. But you know what? It's not going so well for them now. So now a lot of them, that's why, you know, you got Isaiah 4:1 is going to pop off and come in real strong. It's already in the making. Because a lot of these women are starting to see that shit is not playing no more. Well, see, you get these men, they can't accept losing that woman, especially, you know, because from what the guy was telling me, there's a little bit of an age difference. You know what I'm saying? Where, you know, he's older than, because that's how he brought the conversation up. It's like, yeah, my mom, because he looked like he might be in his 50s or so. And he's like, yeah, my buddy, man, he, you know, he's dealing with a younger woman. I didn't ask how old or what was the difference in the age. But, you know, he's probably dealing with some bitch in her 20s or 30s. You know, and I ain't even go all off into it, but still at the same time, too, these men are deal with that shit because, you know, they act like women, hell, because they don't want to be alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, well, fuck that, man. You can fuck her. You can easily, especially if you're the ones that's fronting the bill. If you're the one that's paying all the bills, this is your crib and all that good stuff. Then you can let that bitch go. You know what I'm saying? Because it's chicks out here that's, you know, a lot of these chicks ain't got no kids. You're going to deal with that shit. You might as well just deal with a bitch that ain't got no kids. So if she want to go and come, you know, whatever, she want to get up and bounce when she, like, go ahead. You becoming attached to kids, man. Because, like I said, kids are, you know, you start to gain affection for them. You know what I'm saying? If you're around them for a while. You know? Then she can, whenever she wants, she can just leave with the kids. You don't have no access to them like that no more if you really just started loving on them. And then at the same time, too, again, you go to a certain states, man, they'll make you pay child support even if those kids are not biologically yours. In certain states, man, you leave or she leave, she can just up and go. This motherfucker, man, get your ass out of the street, man. These people are so fucking impatient, bro. That dude not moving up for you because you should have stayed your ass where you was. Anyway, Salakia, y'all. But anyway, I'm gonna end out there. I just wanted to just kind of bring up that subject. You know, this guy, he trying to look at this clown. Incredible, bro. These people are so impatient, dude. Fucking speed limit 40. This bitch gotta be doing like 55, 60. Anyway. So I'm going to end out there, man. I pray that the lesson was edifying. With that, Kwame Yashal and the Bible Ball. Hey, continue on praying for the downfall of Esau Edom's kingdom. We getting there. We almost out of here, man. So with that, Shalom.